Yesterday we were adding, today we're subtracting. What were the ways I taught you how to add integers yesterday? What were the 3 different ways? What was one way I taught you how to add? Logan. Cats and dogs. Desi. Tiles. Last one? Number line. Okay. So you can still use those 3 ways today. Okay, so you just decide which one do you like the best. Does not matter to me. Now let's remind each other and talk about how to add integers again. Okay? Because guess what? If you add integers, you'll be able to subtract them. So that's why I want to review this again with you today. So if I look at this, 9 plus negative 10. Do you want to just tell me the answer, or do you want to talk me through it? It's up to you. Maddie? Sure. Negative 1. Negative 1. Okay, so look at this one. Try to figure out the answer in your head. I'll give you a few seconds. 23 plus negative 5. Try to figure out the answer in your head. Using whatever method you want. Cats and dogs, 5 cats, 23 dogs, 5 cats are going around, so are 5 dogs. What do you have left? Haley, 18. Good job. Let's talk about this one. This should be easy. You don't even got to think about that one. 0. 2 opposites always equal 0. What about that one? 2 plus negative 8. Let's just talk about the answer, Logan. Yes, good work. Nice job. 19 plus 12. Do I even have to use cats and dogs? No, it's just like adding regular stuff. 19 plus 12. Maddie? 31. And negative 20 plus negative 34. We have all cats in here. Somebody other than Jake? Negative 54. Nice work. Okay, so does everybody kind of remember how this worked yesterday? Yes? Good? Okay. We're going to start. So we're going to start with our tiles today. I'm going to skip the number line. And we're going to talk about tiles today and cats and dogs. All right? So, red, what did we talk about? What were they? Reds were what? Positive or negative? Negative, yeah. And yellows were positive. All right, so let's just start with our tiles. So you can do this with me on your desk if you want to. Let's start with our tiles. What does it tell me I'm going to put on my desk first? What does it tell me? McKenna? No, we're going to start with the first one. 2 yellows, right? Okay, so we're going to put 2 yellows on our board or on your desk. Now here's the problem. Remember yesterday we were adding things, so we're always going to be putting, yesterday we were putting things on, but today we're subtracting. So it says I'm going to subtract a negative 3. Now do I have 3 to take away up there? Do I have 3 reds I can take away? I don't. I don't have any reds that I can take away up here. Because remember yesterday we're adding 2, but today we're taking away because it's like subtracting. So if I don't have any 3 reds up here, what can I do to my problem to get 3 reds in there without changing it? That's the hardest thing to think about. I'm going to put some reds in there, but what am I going to do to my problem? Put reds in there without changing it. Something we talked about yesterday was a vocabulary word we talked about yesterday. What's something I can do to my problem to get some reds in there that will not change the problem? There's a vocabulary word we talked about. Kiara, do you know? Are you stretching? Desi? 0 pair. Because what's a 0 pair? What's a 0 pair do? What's it do, Logan? Yeah, go ahead, or whoever. Cancels out. So if I put a 0 pair in here, does that change my problem? Does that still say 2? Yeah, it still says 2. If I put another 0 pair in there, does that still say 2? Yep. If I put another 0 pair in there, does that still say 2? I could put as many 0 pairs in there as I want. Guess what? Why can I stop now with my 0 pairs? Haley. There's only 3 I need to take away. So if I get rid of my 3, 1, 2, 3, now what do I have left in my problem? What do I have left in my problem? What do I have left, Izzy? 5. Positive 5 is the answer. Positive 5 is the answer. Isn't that crazy? Like, you can just add things to your problem, and you can take them away, and it'll totally change it. So let's do another one together. Okay, let's do another one together. So let's do it on your board this time, or your desk. You can do it with me. So here's the problem. What do I got to put in there right away? Just one red, right? Great. So let's put one red on our board. It's telling me to take away 4 of them. Do I have 4 I can take away? I just have 1. So how many 0 pairs do I need to add so I have 4 reds in that problem, Haley? Not 4, because I already have 1. So how many do I really need to add? Just 3, right? So let's add our 0 pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, oh, wait, I don't even need that one. What am I doing? Okay, oops, come on. Say, now can I take my 4? Sure, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, not that one. And what do I have left? 3 what? Positive 3, that's my answer. Let's do one more, and then we're going to talk a little more about it. So let's do one more. Let's do 2 minus negative 1. Okay, so what am I going to put on my board? 2 what? Reds, yellows, greens, blues. I'm going to put, Maddie, 2 yellow. Tells me to take away a negative 1. Do I have a negative 1? Nope, so I'm going to add a 0 pair. Now I have a red I can take away. And what's my answer going to be? Positive 3. Positive 3. Okay, did you talk about subtracting integers last year? At all? You didn't talk about subtracting even numbers at all? Like, seriously? Like, you didn't? Like, be honest with me. Okay, so I know this is new to you. So you're like, how am I going to do this in my head? How many are thinking, like, how am I going to do this for every single problem? Okay, here's good news. There's a trick for you. There's a trick, okay? And the trick is on the next page. So here's the trick, and you're going to want to write this in your notebook, and you're going to want to circle it, because this is the most important thing today. Subtracting a number is the same as adding the opposite. And you're like, I still don't get it. But trust me, it's okay. Subtracting a number is the same as adding the opposite. And then I call it KCC, and you're going to want to know that too. I still have 8th graders that talk about KCC, because that's how we remembered how to do that. Subtracting a number is the same as adding the opposite. And when the adding the opposite part is like me adding those 0 pairs. So like what I was showing you on the board, adding those 0 pairs, I was adding the opposite. You just were not seeing that. And then I have 2 things you're going to need to know with this. Okay, down here, you never change the first sign, and if you change the middle sign, you have to change the next sign. You're like, I still don't get it, but I'm going to show you, okay? You'll get it as soon as we're done talking and practicing today. So you never change the first sign. If you change the middle sign, you have to change the next sign. Next, I'm going to get rid of this one for now. We'll start with this. All right, so I want you to put this on your paper, and then we're going to, you can make it nice and big if you want, because we're going to do some things to this problem. So, I mean, not too small, but nice and big, because I'm going to show you how this works, okay? So I have -8 minus -6. You have problems over there? Okay, so KCC stands for some stuff. K stands for keep. The C stands for change. So keep, change. Okay, so if you need to write that down, you might want to write that down. K stands for keep, and the C stands for change. Okay? Keep, change, change. KCC. We just abbreviated it so we don't have to say keep, change, change. So remember when I started putting those things on my desk? I put the first things on my desk, so if I was going to put this on my desk, I put -8, I'd put 8 reds on my desk. So and I always like to keep it, I box it, and I say, okay, that's what I'm going to keep. Because that was the first. I didn't change it. It stayed the same. I didn't add anything to it yet. That was the first thing I put on my desk. So I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to change any sign. Now, after we put that -8 on our desk, we added some 0 pairs to it. Okay? So we're actually going to change this subtraction sign to an addition sign. That's what I mean by change. We can change that to an addition sign. So we're going to keep -8. We're going to change the subtraction sign. And then if it tells me if you change the middle sign, guess what you have to do to the next sign? You have to change it. So I have to keep this. I'm going to change this. And guess what I'm going to change this to? What, Haley? I'm going to change that to a positive because that's like me adding those 0 pairs and then taking away the opposite. Okay, remember I took some away? That's like me taking away what I did on my board. So I did K, I changed this one, C. So I did my KCC, I kept, I changed, and I changed. Okay, so now this is how the problem looks. The problem looks like this. And that's addition. Yeah. -2, right? So let's go back to some of the ones that I did. Yeah, the answer is -2. So remember when I said if you can add, you can subtract today? Then if you can add, because we're going to change every single problem into an addition problem. Okay? So let's go back to some of the ones I did with you. Okay, let's go back to one of the top ones we did. Oh, shoot. Okay, so let's go back to this one. What do we say the answer was here? I think we said the answer was 5, I'm pretty sure. So if I keep this, what am I going to do to this? I'm going to change it. And then what am I going to do to this? Change, guess what? It's 5, just like what we had on our board. Just like what we had. And if I do this one even, I'm going to keep, I'm going to change this one, and I'm going to change this one. And the answer to this one was positive 3 on our board. Okay. So how are we doing? So far, so good. I mean, this is tricky. And probably tomorrow when we come back, we're going to have to go over this again. Just because that's just the way it is. And that's fine. I know. Should we do some more practice? Let's do some more practice. Let's do some more practice. Let's go back to this page. We're going to practice some of these. All right, so let's look at this one. We're not going to use our tiles. We're going to use the trick. So what am I going to do right away? What's the first thing I'm going to do, Kira? Keep the 4. I'm not changing the 4. I always box it. I don't know why I always do that. That's just me. That's what I do. You can do whatever you want, okay? Because I say that's what I'm keeping. What am I going to change next? Yes. Yep, I'm going to change it to a plus sign. And what am I going to do to the 5 then? Haley, make it into a positive. So this is how it looks. 4 plus 5, 9. That's what my answer would be for that. 9. Are we catching what I'm doing? If not, you got to tell me. You got to say, hey, slow down. We need to talk about this again. You got to let me know, okay? Because if this is new to you, then we need to slow down. All right, do you want to try one yourself quick? Let's try one yourself. Let's try one by yourself, and then I'm going to show you something else quick. Try this one. See if you can do that one by yourself. Just try that one by yourself. Okay, let's let's talk each other through it. What are we keeping? -2. Okay, what are we changing, Logan? What's the first thing we're going to change? Okay, but we're going to change the middle sign first. So we're going to keep -2. We're going to change the middle sign, and we're going to change the last sign. Because if you change the middle, you got to change the end. So you're going to have -2 plus +3. -2 plus +3. So you should have I think a 1 as your answer. You should have a 1 as your answer. Okay. Now, so many people say, well, how do I know when I need to use this? How do I know the trick? How do I know when I need to use this? There's one specific thing, or actually two. When you use KCC when, and maybe you need to write this down. Use KCC when. Number one, there's a negative in the problem. And two, when you're subtracting. When it starts as a subtraction problem. Okay, that's 2 times when you need to use this, because otherwise, I mean, you know regular subtraction. If I would say like 5 minus 6, not 6, if I say 5 minus 3, do you need to use this? You know regular subtraction. So when there's a negative in the problem, and maybe sometimes in my third way, who's been in the beginning number is smaller. That's another time. So if I would have like 23 minus 30, this is another time that you could use this. Okay, so look for 3 things. Negative in the problem, subtraction, and then maybe sometimes they'll have a smaller number in the beginning. That's when you can use this also. Another type of problem, can I erase that, or you guys still need that? Still need it? Okay. Good? Anybody else? Desi? Good? Okay. Let's talk about another problem. Now, we've talked about a lot of negatives. Now, let's do some of these other ones. Let's do ones that look like this. I wish I could make that bigger for you. Let's see, can I? Oh, look at that. Okay, let's talk about this type of problem. Notice the second number doesn't have a negative with it. It's the same thing. Okay, you're going to keep. You're going to change. But if this is a positive 6, what are you going to change it to now? A negative 6. You're right. You're right. So let's go back to show how that looks. Maybe you want to write this down in your notebook. I don't know. It's -6 minus a +6. So you're going to keep this guy. I should use a different color, actually. Let's use a green. I'm going to keep. I'm going to change that. And now, since this was a +6 in the beginning, I'm going to make it a -6. Because if I change the middle sign, I got to change the second sign. Now, I could have to change it to a positive, a negative, I don't know, depending on what that is. So now it looks like this. And I should have a -12 as an answer. Is that what you're going to say? I see there. Okay, I'm going to give you a few, and I want you to try them. Okay, I'm going to give you a few, and I want you to try them. Let's do this one. And that's not a subtraction. I don't know why there's some addition in there. That one, do that one by yourself. See if you can do it. Let's just try it, and then I'll give you a few more to try by yourself. 5 minus the -3. Okay, so today when you're doing your homework, I want to see you changing things, okay? I want to see what you're doing. I want to see you changing things. If you have to change the middle sign, I want to see your second sign change. I want to see that stuff. Because if I don't see it and you mess up, I can't help you, okay? So, what did you keep? You kept the 5. You probably changed the subtraction sign, and then you changed this, and I hope you got this. I hope that's what you got. All right, I'm going to give you about 4 more problems, and I want you to do them yourself. They're going to be different types of problems. Subtraction, of course. But I just want to make sure you get in the habit of using the thing, what should we call it? The shortcut, I guess. So let's do this one. More over here. Okay, so there's 4 for you. Try them. Looking good, guys. Looking good. See, if you know how to add, you can easily do this, right? Like, we had to do that before we did this. And it would have been too hard to do them on the same day. Way too hard to do them on the same day. All right, anybody need a few minutes yet? Okay. A few minutes. Should have did 3 more, and then each one of you could have did one. I should remember that. This is only a 7-person class. Everybody can do their own. Let me know when you're ready. Good? All right, let's talk about the first one. -7 minus a -6. Keeping the -7, changing the 2 signs. So it should look like -7 plus 6. And then what'd you get for an answer? Haley? -1. Nice work. Okay, this next one, this 10 minus 60, this is one where there's the smaller numbers in front. You can use it. So it could have been rewritten like 10 plus -60. It should have gotten, I think what? Logan, I think you got it for sure. -50. Nice work. Nice work. If anybody needs me to go over that one, I will. The next one is -5 minus 7. Keep the -5, change the plus sign, and then the 7 should be a negative. So what'd you get, McKenna? -12. Nice work. Last one, -3 minus -9. So it'd be -3 plus 9. What'd you get for an answer in that one? Haley? 6. Yep. How we doing? Okay? Anybody have any questions for me? You feel confident with this? I mean, nobody's like giving me even a head nod, like, except for Haley. There's going to be a story problem in your homework too. I'm just going to go over a quick story problem with you so you can see what it looks like. Oops. It looks like this. The highest elevation in the U.S. is 2,893 feet above sea level. The lowest is 452 feet below sea, but what's the range? They want to know the range, like what's the difference? So like if the lowest is 452 below and the highest is 2,893, they want to know how much is in between here. Okay, so an easy way to do that, if this is below sea level, you know to find the distance or the range, what are you going to do? You're going to subtract, see the difference. So it could look like this. And then you're going to follow the same KCC rules, and basically you're just going to add them, and that's the range of all the feet in between the highest and lowest sea level. So I'll leave this up here if you want to write this down. It's up to you in your notebook, but I know there's something like this in your homework today. Okay. Let's go to your homework because I want to look at some things with you.